Hi friends, today we're gonna discuss about an interview question asked in an MNC R1 round interview question, which is related to that of a JavaScript. So we'll discuss about the same. My name is Vinod Kumar. Welcome to my channel. Let's get started. So before jumping into the question, let's see the agenda for today, friends. So the first thing we're gonna discuss about the intention of this question, why the interview tries to ask these kind of questions. Next, a little bit on the concept overview, so that we get a basic understanding in order to resolve these kind of questions and other questions on the similar lines. So next, we'll see how to solve these kind of questions. How do you approach to these kind of questions, and then the summary at the end, followed by an additional questions. Here is the question on the screen. I recommend you to pause this video and then try to solve the question and then compare the answers with my answers at the end of the video. I assume you have paused the video and tried the same. So let's dive into the first agenda. So what is the intention behind asking these kind of questions? So the expectation is to know what are the different types of data types, the type of operator, which basically tells you what the data type of a particular variable is and how the default assignment works. And most likely based on your answers, they might also ask what is the difference between the null as well as the undefined. So let's deep dive into the concept overview. Here we will be discussing about the data types in JavaScript. Here we have data types categorized into two types. So one is a primitive data type and one is a non-primitive data types, which is also called as a reference data type. So in the primitive data types, we see a Boolean type, null type, undefined, number, string. And there are two additional data types which are added as part of ES6 and ES11. Those are symbol and begin. So for now, we will concentrating more on the above data types, and on the non-primitive data types, we have one data type called as an object. So with this data types concept, you can attempt any kind of question. So let's go through some examples. As a part of solution discussion, first we'll try to see the type of operator. So as we have discussed in the above data types, now we will discuss about the type of operator, which internally tells you what is the data type of a particular variable. So here display type is some function. Assume that it returns the type of operator, but we'll see what are the data types for these examples. So display type of true. True is nothing but a Boolean type. 10 is nothing but an number type. Empty is a string type. Undefined itself is undefined. So till now it's fine, but the tricky things comes below. So this display type of null is an object. Display type of an object is also an object. Display type of an empty array is also an object. So the next part we're gonna discuss as part of a solution discussion is the default assignment. So remember friends, what is default assignment? So the default assignment happens only in the case of an absence of a value. I repeat again, only in the absence of a value. So remember this, and you can attempt any kind of question, however the interview tricks you in any other way. Okay. And another thing you wanted to remember is, so don't compare this default assignment with the type coercion. Okay. For the people who doesn't know type coercion, who are new to it, so that is an implicit conversion of values from one data type to another. I will do a dedicated video on it later. And now we'll concentrate on the default assignment. So only in the case of absence of value. What does it mean? So coming back to our question, so the first display type, which we doesn't pass anything, is called as an absence of a value. So that's the reason when there is no value, the number equal to 1 will be assigned and the type of 1 will be a number. Coming to the Boolean type, because it's a presence of a value of a Boolean, so it returns a Boolean. So num equal to 1 won't be assigned. Similarly for the 10, which is a number, for the string, it is a string. So in this case, this is the most interesting one, display type of undefined. So when undefined is passed, so num doesn't have any value. There is an absence of a value, and hence 1 will be assigned to the number and the type of number will be a number. Next, we'll see the null value. So null, when it is passed, so the type of null, as you've seen in the data types, type of null is an object, type of object is also an object, type of array is also an object. So from undefined, null, empty object and empty array, these are the places where the interview tries to trick you and you will fall in those traps. So see friends, only thing you need to remember is the absence of a value. So null is not an absence of a value. Null is a presence of a value where we explicitly tell that my value is null. For undefined, it's completely an absence of one value. For empty object and empty array, so those are also a presence of a value, but those are empty. So that's the reason I told you don't compare it with that of a type coercion. Its type coercion is different. For example, if you have a if condition, if of empty string is false, if of empty array is true. So there are some quirks in JavaScript. We'll discuss more of them in the coming videos. But for this video, remember these data types and undefined and null. So let's see what are the additional questions which can be raised while you are answering these type of questions. So the difference between a null and an undefined. So as I already told you, null is a presence of value where you explicitly tell that the value is null. Undefined is an absence of one value. So what is the type of null? So type of null is an object. So null double equal to undefined, it returns true. Null triple equal to undefined, it returns false. So now obviously we get into a question wherein what is the difference between a double equal to and a triple equal to. So the difference between double equal to and triple equal to is that a double equal to doesn't compare it with that of a types. Triple equal to is a strict operator which compares with that of a types. So whenever you have double equal to and triple equal to, so as I told you, there is a concept called as type coercion, which internally converts them into a boolean. So null, it doesn't have any value. Undefined, it also doesn't have any value. So both will be converted as false and hence it returns as true. So triple equal to, because as it compares with that of a data types, so it returns as false. So these are the additional questions, friends, which you might get while answering these kind of questions. So if you like the video, please do share it with your friends. If you have any questions, comment in the comment section. Thank you, friends. My name is Vinod Kumar Divala. Here you can find some links. One is to my website where you can find some articles over there. Medium, you can find more interesting articles, but not frequently I do post there. Majorly I concentrate on this YouTube. So as you are on the channel, please do subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you once again.